What's going on? Welcome to another Dbd Creation Reviews. This is going to be what episode? We're hoping to hit around the 40-minute mark, maybe a little less. Very short, very thorough, well, not very thorough, straight through. Why have I said this, and why have I done this, you might ask? It's because there's absolutely nothing there for me to review. Absolutely, positively nothing. Also, built-in abilities has been closed. So, rip. New game mode idea. Before I click on this, because I haven't clicked on it or seen what it says, and I hope I'm not saying exactly what it is. I think hide and seek would be a very good game mode. Dead by Daylight style. And I know not like prop hunt or anything crazy like that, but just an actual hide and seek mode. You stay in the game with a killer, and you hide until you are essentially found. You use the artist, which again can just shoot birds across the map to find people, and then you down them, and then you hook them, etc., etc. You guys know the routine. If you want to add in a way for survivors to escape, just in case the killer is not there or not playing or something like that, you can add in either a time limit, or you can add in, one super gym in the middle of the map that, survivors have to complete or something. And just make it take like 5 minutes to do or something, or have it play itself automatically. Like a reverse ruin. After, 5-10 minutes goes by and it completes itself, the exit gates get powered, etc., etc. And then the survivor can escape that way. Or you can do what people have been wanting to do in a lot of different ways, and make it the way the survivors become the hunters and the killer becomes the hunted. The killer has, all the power in the world until the end, and then survivors get, things to hunt the killer down, and then the killer has to escape or something crazy like that. That would be a very satisfying end for some survivors. Rules are simple. If you hide in a locker, you obviously aren't going to be able to stay in lockers for long, or you should get idle crows a lot faster. I would make it simple and make it as soon as you jump into a locker, you have like a 5 to 10 second timer, then it automatically ejects you. But if the killer is, you hop in a locker and the killer is kind of sticking around a particular area, I would go as far as to say the idle crow or the kick out animation should be extended by ever so slightly, So you're not just stuck and you jump in a locker, killer walks in, and then you immediately get forced back out. But I mean, obviously tweaks and things like that are going to have to be made to the hide and seek mode. The artists, when the birds get near you, they're either going to tag you and show you where the artist is till you get rid of them or hop in a locker. Or if they go near you, the killer instinct effect. And that's more what we're looking for, is the near. I think that would make a very, very good hide and seek mode Dead by Daylight. And things would be absolutely positively amazing. But I've been preaching about the hide and seek mode being implemented into the game for a long time. A lot of people want to see like a prop night added in, and I'm like, well, prop night already exists, or prop hunt be added to the game, and prop night, the game already exists. They want prop hunt in Dead by Daylight, but prop night, the game already exists, which has essentially stolen that idea that people have been asking for and have applied it. And if Dead by Daylight tries to apply that into their main game, they're going to be very, very, very shunned. even though it was their ideas that Protonite stole from or took from them. If it's not by the same company, etc., etc. I don't think it.
My pleasure.
Oh, does this show up on Steam? No. Okay. So for those of y'all that just heard Cortana pop up, Cortana popped up while I was talking, literally told herself thank you, and then said you were welcome. I have a conceited one on my particular computer. She pops up almost every stream, locks me into what I'm doing, and either crashes stream or does something else because she's trying to engage something that she should not engage. Funny thing about it is, I have her disabled on startup. So she shouldn't even activate unless I personally activate her by clicking the little button down there. So that means Windows 11, you can't disable Cortana on startup. You have to go into the registry files and actually do it. Or you'll have to, you might be able to go to the control panel. Maybe they integrated it though. But she's going to be back. Next Windows update or anything like that, she's going to pop it right back on. I do not like personal assistants. They never understand what I'm trying to tell them, and when I do get whatever I'm trying to get to them, they're generally not. Or they generally don't have an upgraded AI enough to give me what I'm looking for. Like if I was going to ask her, what's killer move speed, something like that, in Dead by Daylight. No idea. And you know, like Google will generally give you close results or whatever you're looking for something. She just, whoop, oh, she didn't pop up this time on the corner. But no, she don't. She just says, oh, this thing is the same, and she goes away. I sit there shaking my head. Let's jump into this new game mode idea. And this new game mode, 6v1 mode, absolutely 6v1? Are you kidding me? Why would you ever give a killer 6 other individuals kill? Not even during my height and peak did I allow 6 survivors to kill it. I also goes up to the fact that it's survivors that kill it. Kill it. There you go. In my hide and seek mode, obviously aren't going to be active except for the killer's main power, being the artist. 6v1, it's not going to work. In hide and seek mode, all you have to do is just keep taking hits for each other, going to heal, things like that. It's just not going to work. But let's see what they have in this 6v1 mode. Mechanics like generators and exit gates don't exist, and the killer doesn't need to hook survivor. Each survivor must invest in their individual escape. So what do killers need to do? Your introduction's missing the crucial point of what killer does. Survivors have to do everything individually, so they have to build up whatever it is to escape. What does the killer do? You ain't saying this in your introduction. Survivors gameplay. The match starts with 6 hatches spread across the map, each locked with the 3 different types of padlocks. Oh my god, really? A scavenger hunt? Silver, gold, and platinum. And you're not even gonna use the dang keys that are in the map or in the game. You're gonna create a silver, gold, and platinum key. Obviously, they are literally just taking this game mode from another game. I don't remember the name of the game off the top of my head, but that's literally what you do. You go out, you find keys to access objectives, and then you take the objective and you escape. There's actually a lot of like indie games and things like that, but there's one in particular that uses silver, gold, and I think it uses diamond, not platinum, though. There are 18 chests which survivors must open to get a key, silver, gold, or platinum. It is not possible to know the key type inside of a chest. After you get a key of a certain type, a survivor can unlock a corresponding padlock. After unlocking the last padlock, the survivor immediately escapes through the hatch, and it is closed by the entity. The neighbor, except for it's all a combined effort. It's like the neighbor game that they have. That's what I was thinking of. Except for it's a solo survivor experience instead of everybody just getting locks and escaping. That's what I was thinking of, the neighbor. You literally go, you find keys, you bring keys back to door, and you unlock door. After unlocking the last padlock, the survivor immediately escapes through the hatch and is closed by the entity. If there is only one survivor, 2 random hatches are open and cannot be closed by the killer. What's the point? You literally just said generators and exit gates don't exist, only hatches. If there's one survivor left, what's the point of giving them the option to escape if it's a new game mode? You would think that during the time the killer has to deal with 6 other survivors, that one particular survivor would be either close to escaping or on his way out. Also, what's the point of any of this if the killer can't hook the survivors? Hooking a survivor uses a little bit of time and forces another survivor to come and unhook that survivor. If there's no hook mechanic, then once you down a particular survivor, they're just done? When they're just gonna sit there and bleed out or till the other survivors heal them? That's dumb. Because why would somebody go and spend all of that extra time trying to heal a survivor back up when you have a killer that's lurking around? And if the killer can't hook said survivor, I mean, what do you go by, the number of downs? That don't make sense because they're going to get up injured. Killer gameplay. It's only about 2 sentences. Survivor gameplay is all flushed out. Killer gameplay has 2 sentences. So you're just going to leave a killer with 6 survivors and their only objective is 2 sentences worth of things. The killer chases the survivor normally, but when taking down a survivor, he can kill with his own hands. Each killer with his respective Mori. The auras of locked chests are revealed to the killer. Absolutely moronic and stupid. Why would you ever do that? And why wouldn't you limit killers? I'm gonna pick Bubba. I'm gonna run around chainsawing the heck out of survivors, and then I'm going to instantly Mori them. Game over. Survivors stand no chance. That's the end of it. GG. Done. You see how that don't work? How you only give killers 2 lines, but survivors have to find all of these different chests and everything else. It also doesn't work because there's 18 chests. If all 6 survivors have to go through 18 chests, do you know how annoying that is? And how long the games are going to have to be? Plus, the auras of locked chests are revealed to the killer, which don't make any sense because you said at the beginning it's an individual thing. So unless all 6 survivors open up the same chest, the aura is never going to go away. The whole point of it being, you know, a game is for the survivor to be to be running around the area looking for the particular survivors. But if you give them the auras of the chest that they need to, you know, patrol, essentially, then you're severely hampering the survivors. Survivors ain't working together in this mode. There's just a lot of them. Because, I mean, you could be that dick that just picks a random group of like 3 chests, and any survivor that has a key ended up being in that chest is just screwed. So you can at least guarantee one. The fact that as soon as the survivor goes down, it's a Mori right off the bat makes this not fun. You're gonna have survivors hiding in lockers the entire time, or going super stealth mode while the killer just zooms by looking for anybody dumb enough to actually interact with the chest. Your game mode needs a lot more thought. I gave a brief overview of my hide and seek mode. Very brief. Hide and seek mode only carries 4 survivors like usual, by the way. And the way I did the hide and seek mode is I incorporated regular Dead by Daylight mechanics into this particular mode. And its only difference is instead of being stuck in one place doing gens, you're essentially just walking around while the gens do themselves. So instead of being based off of your objective doing skills, which everybody is bored and tired of, it's based off of your looping skills and hiding skills. Then the killer, by balance, has the artists as crows and things like that, where they can, you know, do bam. Obviously, throughout the match, when additional time passes, there's going to be screams or pings or very slight ore reveal, etc., etc. I was just giving an overview of my particular hide and seek before this, and my overview had a lot more information in it than your actual to your actual new game mode idea. Your new game mode idea is not very well met. You don't even say what map. You know, I don't know what map. I don't know what killer. You say he can kill, so I'm assuming it's a male killer. But there's no map. I mean, is it going to be on like Coldwind Farm, where a killer can see everything, or is it going to be in like Midwich, where it's a lot harder to find chests and find survivors? It's going to be on like Lowerway Memorial. The map selection is very important if you're going to go for items being hit around. Visibility is key. My hide and seek mode could be in Coldwind Farm and be completely fine, because there's different areas and different loops and things like that. Plus, I already have it balanced in my mind, the full details. I might go over that sometime. My mode also will improve your looping skills and your running skills with the particular killer. And that's the primary function of it. It's to allow you to have fun while you're practicing maps, learning loops, things like that. It's more of a training aid than a game mode, is what I designed it to be. Give me one moment. All right. We good? Yeah, we're good. Let's see. Items. Apparently, keys and toolboxes are unavailable, but everything else is. So, medkits, light syringes, adrenaline syringes, stipic agents, the flash bangs, or the, what do you call it? Firecrackers. Firecrackers are able to be used. All of the event items, everything, except for just keys and toolboxes. New item, there's a clip. Survivors can try to open a padlock of any type with a clip by solving a puzzle. Well, that would be a lockpick, not a clip, but sure. The survivors has limited time to solve the puzzle. If the time ends, the clip breaks. The rarity of the clip increases the duration time. While solving the puzzle, the survivor suffers from oblivious status. Why do people throw the oblivious status effect on everything? Like, why? Again, creators. The oblivious status effect is a good status effect when it's applied appropriately. You are going to be on a padlock of a particular hatch. Unless you have just the worst hatch spawn in the world, which might be the best. Because, I mean, if you're in the corner or something like that, obviously there's not going to be any danger. If you're in the middle of the map, it's going to be danger if you're not looking around while solving said puzzle. Also, how are you going to make this puzzle very interactable? Because it's going to have to be the way it's see-through, but able to be seen well. It's the reason why they haven't incorporated puzzles in the game. You also have to think about colorblind people and etc., etc. They have a colorblind mode, but your game has to be designed for colorblind people. So, you're also going to have to be able to either put the puzzle down or lift the puzzle up and or see around you while you're doing said puzzle. If not, then you're going to have an issue with trying to solve a puzzle with a killer bout. You're already going to be oblivious. You don't need the oblivious status effect along with being oblivious in the real life or in the real world. It makes no sense. I already can't see clearly while I'm doing this puzzle. I don't need the ability of not being able to see a killer coming upon me with the limited vision and extra brain that I have. Stop adding the oblivious status effect. We need to raise that back up to the rest of the status effects. It's kind of starting to get annoying when people are like, oh, I have to throw a status effect on it. Let's throw oblivious on it just in case. Like, no. If you don't know how to apply it, don't apply it. Just don't use it at all. Just don't use it at all. Additional notes. Nightmare's teleport power is reworked in this mode. Freddy can place illusionary chests seen by survivors in the dream world. When survivors open a chest, it explodes with blood, and the survivor's location is revealed by Killer Instinct. Why are you just changing one particular killer's perk? If you want to go down that line, you need to rework every killer's perk or just limit it to Freddy's is the only one that can play. Or a select few, and you're going to have to rework everything. Also, if you're going to say it's going to be reworked, you need to add in all of the additional information. These are not patch notes that you are putting down. This is not something that's already been implemented and you're writing patch notes. You're writing a creation. You need to go into detail. People confuse in-game systems, patch notes, and an actual creation all the time, like an actual project. This is your project. You need to show the community every single detail that goes along with your project. Because if somebody does like it enough and they want to go out and create this particular mode and release a mod that you can play on land side with friends in a private lobby, guess what? They're going to need information for that. If behavior tries to adapt your particular idea, they're going to need information on how to already implement this. They shouldn't have to take a crap idea and then delete everything that it has to deal with and then redo everything. Because what's going to happen is this particular creator, just one player, is going to say, well, Dead by Daylight used my idea, but they changed everything. This is not how I wanted it planned. And they're going to complain. Because they literally just took the name and then they reworked and did everything and made it their own, and they gave you no credit for it. Why? Because you didn't put in the work to deserve credit. Don't just move Freddy's abilities if you're not going to rework everything. Perks related to hooks and generators are not available. This mode contains exclusive perks. What are they? Or are you just 3? Because if it's only just 3 perks, you're already making a mistake. Each killer that you allow to play in the game is going to have a unique playstyle. You need to make perks designed for each killer you allow to be played in this particular playstyle. That's why I limited mine specifically, at least for now, to the artist. She's new. Not a lot of people had a chance to, run around and play her doing PTB. That's where a lot of that interest is going to come. For killers, it's anti-looping and, using the artist's power to your advantage. Just practice. For killers, again, it's for survivors, it's looping and running practice, avoidance practice, hiding practice. It serves a secondary purpose. Killer perk. While killing a survivor with own hands, a random chest being searched by a survivor is blocked by the entity. Weak. The match starts with 3 additional empty chests. Weak. For each dead survivor, the speed of opening chests and unlocking padlocks is decreased by 5%. Arguably weak. I don't know how long it takes to unlock padlocks because you didn't tell me. You didn't give me the information that I'm asking for. Survivors. After unlocking a padlock, the ores of all survivors and killer are revealed for 5 seconds. So you're just going to have a gangbang of 6 ores on your screen. Why would I ever want that? Just show me the ore of the killer and call it a day. We're working as individual survivors. If a survivor's opening a chest, guess what? I can't open that chest until they get done with it. If you're in the killer's tear radius, the speed of opening chests and unlocking padlocks is increased by 15%. Why not just use spine chill? Just keep spine chill. It does everything that you're wanting to do, and it also balances it the way the killer has to be looking in your particular direction and lets you know when the killer is headed towards you. Just use spine chill. The auras of hatches with just 1 padlock is revealed in a radius of 16 meters. Seeing this, are you trying to tell me that any and all survivors, so I thought it was 1 hatch per 1 survivor and you had to find your keys and throw them in. That's what I got with the limited information this person gave me. But what I'm seeing is all survivors with keys can unlock any lock on any particular hatch as long as they have the corresponding color for it. So 1 survivor can just be a POS and stand near a hatch that's almost done with a key, just one of the colors of the key. And as soon as they put all the other keys in, he can open up that hatch and then just dip. Also makes sense to where the last person that opens up the lock, it automatically makes you leave. Because obviously people are going to be scumbags and wait for people to do the majority of locks on the hatches, and then they're just going to snake it and leave. It's not very well designed in that aspect. If you want to keep it individual, make every survivor find their own keys and then get out of their own specifically assigned hatch. It could be the first one they interact with becomes theirs, or you can pre-assign them. It doesn't matter. Once that survivor works on it, no other survivor should be able to touch it. Again, on chest, when a survivor's opening up a chest, you're not going to be able to interact with that chest until they get finished and the chest resets itself. So you need to add that into your concept as well for when multiple survivors go to the same chest. A lot of things not thought out about this particular mode that you're not incorporating, which makes this unusable and unplayable. You're going to post it up on the particular forum. You need to make sure all of the details and all of that are there. It's not patch notes. We don't know what the thing is, and you're not just telling us what the changes are. You need to tell us what everything is. People are still posting their killer perk ideas here when a trusted mod is already posted things. Community challenge, be creative, design your own perk. This goes for killer and this goes for survivor. Already here. Mods are literally going through and looking at this. Behavior's probably going through and looking at this. This is the one you want to use. This one's pinned by behavior itself. Add-ons for favorite killer. If you're trying to do an add-on type thing, there's a particular forum here that behavior will probably look at because it is literally pinned by them. These two are the ones where you want to design your own perks. Not on somebody else's post that they posted way, way, way back in the day. August of 2020. They need to close, well, I guess they can't close it because it keeps getting views and updates. There's 52 replies that could be in here and actually be functionable versus it's sitting here and not getting any type of attention. Oh, excuse me. Okay. First thing I see there is a mannequin at the bottom of the list. That is weird. What's going on, Galanonim? Nice to see you. I mean, I'm not going to be live for much longer, about 10 to 12 minutes. But it's nice to see you anyway. So this is going to be a very, very quick review. I really have nothing to go over. So I've just been digging deep for the most part. I'm already on the final concept, which is tricking the trickster, and I'm pretty sure this is just a video, but we will see. Apparently this person used, I guess slippery meat or something like that, or made the guy fall into the hole. That's probably what happened. You see those a lot. Not the appropriate form for this, and I wish a mod would see this and move this to the correct form, but whatever. It is what it is. Artwork submissions, cosplay submissions. It'd probably be more met in submissions than anything. Let's see. That just shows that that's 2 pages. That was moved. Went over all of that. Obviously, I'm not going to click on the Trick and the Trickster link because you don't know where it's going to send you there. It might send you to YouTube, but it might send you to 5 or 6 different other websites that are going to pull your IP and whatever other information it can from you before it sends you on your way. Ooh. Plague skin color. Those are outfits. Yeah, it's very bare towards the end of the year. Not surprised though, because people are getting ready for New Year's and getting that holiday pay. Some people are just off, etc., etc. Look at that. Can we go 5 pages? This is an update for Web of Shadows. So that's 5 pages. Skip that one. Today we're back to most of the ones that I skipped nowadays. If you ever wondered where I've skipped the majority of ones around this area. I did Brutal Justice. I'm pretty sure I skipped Clock Tower. Bloody Queen. I clicked into it. It wasn't very good, I'm pretty sure. It was that one. There's Mimic Ideas, again, not very far back in the past, in October. I've already went over 2 more since then. I have to wake up early, so I'm just gonna be for a moment. Fair enough. As that, I'm pretty much done for the most part. Um, as things sit, I probably won't even be making any type of content tomorrow. At least not in this time slot. Maybe later on, like Rocket League or something. I don't know. I haven't decided on a particular game I wanted to play. Oh, hang on. I'll just pop that up for now. I pulled some pictures from yesterday. Um, Essentially, I pulled the two with the fire, and I pulled the group pictures that had all the survivors in them from yesterday. Long story short. And I've been looking at them, and I've tried my best to put a discussing topics or something like that over them, but it's just not good when I come to the end of it. Like, I don't have a blending tool like I'm looking for on the base of my computer, so I'll have to find and download a program for that. I tried doing it naturally. I tried doing it manually. I've tried doing it, using the little test tool that gives you the color and all of that, and it just don't look good. I want to say that it's not. Is it Blender, the program I used before? I don't particularly remember. But whatever program I used before, you could literally just sit an image under another image, and then you can click. And then as you swipe your brush around that particular image, the bottom image would blend into the top image. And it looked almost seamless. That's the type of blender that I'm talking about. It's very good because I could just put discussing topics and then I could just force it to blend the background together, and I don't have to do any excess things to it. Or excess things to it. Very fun. But I don't know. Nowadays, I have to find free things to use because, well, I'm not making any money off of these, so I can't spend money on those. Or I would go negative. But my food actually just got done right on time, right around 40 minutes. Heck yeah. But appreciate you stopping by. I hope you have a very nice sleep, good dreams, and all. Because, man, I woke up early today and I woke up early. I stayed up for about an hour, hour and a half. I got bored and then fell back asleep because I just couldn't find anything to do. And then woke up when I started streaming like usual. Hmm. So I hope you at least have better sleep than I do, and I hope you keep up what you're doing, man. Keep going towards that future you want. Just don't overwork yourself. So I know you're probably going to anyway, but at least do it in a reasonable manner. Be safe about things. Don't get yourself sick and end up losing all that progress that you've put in. But thanks for stopping by. My food is done, and I am extremely hungry. I will see you next time. Also, don't forget to supplement your lifestyle.